Replace the H with a J. You mean replace the J with a H, surely? Hook to hook. Will I remember that? We'll have to see. Yeah, I should probably enter driving mode before starting the engine. That would be a great idea. Mr. Bretson, how you doing? I tell you what, I don't understand reversing in this boat. It just doesn't make any sense how bad it is. Drift King. What do you mean, the beer? We'll see. We'll see if I remember next time. It's unlikely. How you doing, Mr. Bretson? How's life in Guam? How's you and the missus? Are you well? Just done 5 hours of Orbex Central in the A2A172. Oh, you went down the middle bit. Did you go like inland then? I'd like to try the A2A172 to see how it compares to the Airfall Labs, but I don't have P3D. I know it's supposed to be good. I'd like to feel the flight model on it, because the Airfall Labs doesn't behave quite like the real thing. Oh, you flew to Cosford, nice. What are my thoughts on the AMD Ryzen Gen 3s? They look pretty impressive. Vrome's just finishing building his right now, so he's got it up and running. But yeah, they look pretty good. The 3900X looks pretty good. It will be interesting to see what Intel's response is. They've got to drop the prices, I think. I think it's the last time I had an AMD CPU was 2000 and about 2003, I think it was. I had a motherboard with 2 AMD Opterons, so I had like 2 CPUs. That was fun. I used to compile Gen 2 Linux on it. You're gonna wait till September for the Beast CPU? What, for the 3950 or? No, it was a twin Opteron. It was pretty fun. So 3950 is 16 core, isn't it? Whereas the 3900's 12, is that right? Yeah. 16 cores though, I mean... What? There's no game that you can play that's going to hit 16 cores, so... I don't know. Compared to 12, I'm not really sure if I got it, I'm not sure if I'd get those 4 cores. Unless I was encoding video, maybe. 16 cores is a lot. I don't know how much the CPUs are. I think they're like 400 or 500 euros, I think, maybe. You went from a 4790K to a 9700K. Oh yeah. Well, yesterday when I was flight simming, that rig is a 4790K. So that's a 4-core CPU with a 1080, not a TI, just a straight 1080. And that's what I was flight simming on. And that, you know, for flight simming, it works pretty well. €500 for the 3900X, 750 for the 3950. 750? You see, Brettson, that's what you've got to think about. An extra 50% on the price for those extra 4 cores. That's a heck of a jump. That's like €250 that you could spend on, you know, an NVMe SSD. It's a lot. I think I bought charcoal. I can't remember. Squirrels merch. Lol. Yeah, if you're on Conan Video, then absolutely, it's a monster. For gaming, 8 cores is up for now. Yeah, I mean, if you're gaming and streaming, then 12 cores is like a real sweet spot, I think. You've got plenty of cores for your game, plus you've got plenty of cores for your OBS and what have you. Although most OBS tend to be using like NVEnc or something. But with that many cores, I don't know. I mean, if you had a 3950X, you could probably game and CPU encode at the same time, and that would be insane on one machine.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Right. Let's see. Diesel. Right. Fuel mixture gauge. We'll be using that later. Let's put that on. No, that's actual cores. You double it for hyperthreading. That's actual cores, though. No. You're curious about the performance? Want to ditch the OBS machine? Your 4K Pro is acting up. Yeah, I think we're pretty much at the point now where you can probably get away with streaming off one machine, and not really taking much of an impact at all. Technology is just at that level now, I think. And a one machine setup's a lot easier. Let's take this. And we're not ready to cook the fish yet, but we'll put it there. We'll put the radar buster there. It's like optional equipment that we're going to add later. Right, diesel. Might as well top the tank up. Oh yeah, you went the i9, didn't you, Jack? Forgot about that. You have a Ryzen 1600 6 cores, and it never runs above 75% with the 1050 running 99%. Yeah, I mean, all that means, though, is that your bottleneck is somewhere else, doesn't it? Wait, did I? Like, either the game doesn't demand it, or you've got a bottleneck somewhere else. I'm kind of planning to update my rig this year, Kendall, but I'm not exactly sure when right now. Okay, Trent Infant. Thing is, I'd still stick with an NVIDIA GPU. I still prefer NVIDIA. I just like their drivers for a kickoff. I like the drivers, the game support, and they work really well for me. Right. We should put this out of the way. I know, Jake, the specs are like way out of date. Uncle is proving to be very, very annoying. Oh yeah, NV Ink is so good. For recording, it's just amazing. Should have left that next to the boat. Never mind. The standard whales are apparently in the haunted house. So I've heard. Dre's playing Grand Theft Auto, guys. Stalker. We gotta drink the juice. We need the empty cartons. That's how we're gonna make money. If you eat grilled sausage, you get rid of stress. That doesn't make any sense. How does that work? All right, Kendall, have a good one. 3 a.m.'s definitely late. You have an issue right now with recording keeping good performance in games. You don't know if it's your CPU or your SSD. Well, I record to Samsung 840 Evo. It could be an 850 Evo. But I have no performance issues whatsoever. NV Ink straight to SSD works a treat for me. You won an i7 9700K from Sakura last month. Wow, Timble. Nice one, dude. That's just the CPU though, right? So you've got to build out the rest of it. Still, it's a pretty good saving. Dave, when are we going to build that PC, mate? Dave, does Alpha Cool have cooling blocks for the 3900X or the 3950 when it comes out? It's NV Ink's SSD which has my OS on. Yeah. You want to get an chucking it like SSDs are so cheap now. You can get 120 gig SSD for like just over $100 or something. Stick that in there and just record straight to that. You'll be fine. You can get them made if we don't. Well, you need to get them made, Dave. You need to get them made, bro. Dave, I was wondering, like, what are your thoughts on this? When we do the PC build, Dave, do you think it'd be better to live stream it or actually just record it for YouTube? You reckon it's better for YouTube? Let's see. Yeah, but I mean, I only use Samsung SSDs and I've not had problems with them. They've been really good to me. The Evo ones. Hope you don't do like one media company that butchered their PC build video. Well, we'll try not to do that. It's saying inspection cover. Does it mean rocker cover?
Welcome back, Nutter.
The guide says inspection cover, but I can only see a rocker cover unless I'm missing something. It's a new piece added to the gearbox. Aha. Interesting. So it needs to be bolted on. Dismantle it and check the clutch wire. Ah, so you just like pop that off and then... Interesting. Uh, 4.7mm attached to gearbox. There's something wrong here. It says the inspection cover has 4x7mm, but the gearbox has 6x7mm. I've just done gearbox 6x7, but where's the covers 4x7? Definitely something not right here. You can do the mock build, get it all sorted and show how it goes together after. The cover bolts are part of the gearbox number. Oh, are they really? Oh, those 4 are part of the 6. Interesting. 1x10 lower middle on engine block, right below the headers. That's a cheeky one, that is. That's pretty easy to miss. Blimey.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Frimshaw one, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the Nut House. Thank you for the nutty welcome, guys. What difference does the wrench make? So, if you're basically using the socket like this, the socket set, then you press F to toggle whether you want it to unscrew or screw, and then you can just mouse wheel backwards and forwards quickly, and it will just always go the same way. If you use the spanners, which are these things, or the wrench if you want to call it that, if you use these things, the spanner, whichever direction you move the mouse wheel, is the direction it will go. So if you mouse wheel forward, it will lock it, and if you mouse wheel backwards, it will unlock it. The danger with the spanner set is that you can accidentally undo something. You just accidentally pull back on the mouse wheel a little bit and it just one notch just unlocks something that you didn't want. You don't get that with the ratchet set because it's basically a ratcheted device. So it will, no matter what you do, it will always go the same way. So A, it's quicker, and B, it's safer because you don't accidentally undo something. You have to physically do that to unlock. Yeah. So it's like the 500 mark to buy this thing, but it's very useful. It's a lot smaller, and it means you've got a spare set that you can carry around as well, so it's kind of cool. Why are you wanting AMD gear anyways? Isn't this for your gaming PC? Because Whiteland just doesn't shut up about it, Mr. Libido. And to be fair, like the 3900X looks pretty good. And it's also cheaper. So, I don't know. We can speak to AMD and Intel and see who wants to give us the best CPU, Dave. Well, that's not true, Dave. That's not true. If you go looking at the metrics now, the 3900X single core is faster than the i9. But, yeah, shut it, Whiteland. Let's see. Drive gear. Drive gear. Which is the drive gear? 7. Do we have to? Is that already on there? I don't know, Dave. I mean, part of me as well, kind of. I'm happy to support AMD. You know, to keep the competition with Intel. Like, I abandoned them because they just fell so far behind what Intel was doing. But now they kind of back up, though. You think, well, let's give my money to the Rebel Alliance rather than the Imperial scumbags, you know? It says here, drive gear 7x6 mil. Whereabouts is the drive gear? Is that another part? Is that thing? There it is. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's tightened up. Probably do a few MD builds soon, to be honest, just because I fancy them different. Yeah, exactly. So why I'm thinking about the next machine, Dave, is like one machine to rule them all. So at the moment, I've got a gaming rig and a streaming rig, as you know, and then I've got my old machine's a flight sim rig. But what I'd like to do is build a machine that can just do everything. So stream, record, game at the same time. Something like that, Dave. So we're going to fill it with like NVMe SSDs and SSDs and just beast it with one machine. I don't need 2 RTX Titans. It's like massive overkill. You don't need 2 GPUs, really. Well, I'm not at the moment, Dave, but I see no reason why I couldn't. NVMe RAID 0. That would be insane, wouldn't it? Imagine that. Imagine how quick that would be. Just get like one of the Asus motherboards, Dave, that has 3 NVMe slots in it, and then just put the biggest ones I can get and just RAID 0 it, and then back it up onto like a big SSD. $2 TB NVMe. How much does that cost? I bet that costs a fortune. Motor hoist to block 2 times 10. All right.
Welcome back, Nutter.
JB DNet, welcome back. About a K for 4 250s. That's not big enough. 2 terabyte NVMe is $492. Ouch. Did that snap on? I don't think it did. That's as high as it will go. Wait, what are the two? So that's one attachment point. Where's the other one? Is it that? That little hook on top, though. Is that the other attachment? Well, it's not told me to put the cover on yet. It tells you to put it on the engine, on the hoist first, then adjust the valves, and then put the rocket cover on. Because if it is that hook, then that one's lower, which means it needs to be that way around. Can you just, like, do this with it? I don't think you can do it with the engine on the ground, though. It's as though those hooks 100%. There's one there. Surely this thing should go higher than this. That's the highest it'll go. Dashi R6, welcome to the house, Dashi. Thank you for your support and the nitty welcome, guys. The engine is meant to slant one side while on the hoist by design. The axle outputs should face away from the hoist. It's like the most bizarre thing ever. Hooks are grey and roasted on the engine block. So that's one of them, would you say? So that one would go in there, presumably. Which is pretty close. And then that one must go on there. This is a bit that annoys you. Yeah, you're not kidding. See, it doesn't even seem... That's got to be the wrong way around then. Has to be. Because this is higher and that's the low side, so this has to be that way around. I mean... When it is lined up, how does it... I can't remember how you actually do it. Does it just present a bolting option? The hoist is way too low. Why turn it around? It looks like it has to be like that. Seems dumb that the hoist doesn't let you do it from the bench. That is amazingly close to that now. Seriously? I heard a little tink, as if... Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That is insane. Why? The only reason you can't do it from the bench is because the hoist just doesn't go high enough. That's literally the only reason. No wonder my stress bar's on full. I did hear it clink on the bench, but... Anyway. Let's go and shut up shop for the night. Engine's almost built. Let's have a quick shower before bed. We don't need shampoo or conditioner or shower gel or anything. It's not like we're covered in oil. We'll be fine with just water. Yeah, I need to go and get the wheels, but we need the van really. I haven't got the van yet. I'm hoping we can get access to Uncle's van tomorrow. I have to succumb to the smoking thing. Need to have a beer before bed. We're having a cigarette instead. Well, I think the tyres in the mansion have got a wasp problem that we need to sort out, Trains Fan. Okay. Should be good to go. You managed to avoid the wasps. They don't. It's pretty hard to avoid the wasps. They tend to go straight at you. It's hard to stop smoking muffins. I suspect it is if you enjoy it. You did not pass the MOT with the tyres from the mansion. El Plagiato. That's interesting. So where are the default tyres that we need for the MOT then? You have to take the tyres to Flittari. Why? What does Flittari do with them? You got to get them to Flittari. They are the default tyres. Wait, so you take the wheels to Flittari and they've got tyres on the wheels, or you buy tyres for the rims that you find? How does it work? Stig, you want my van? I put it in a tree 5 minutes ago. I'll pass on that. Flittari replaces the worn tyre and puts new ones on the old rims. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Right, I need to go for a quick bio break. I shall be right back. And then we'll carry on. We're back. Maybe Beaker. They might just be in between some major tech, you know. Intel's research arm is absolutely huge. They'll just do what they did last time, Beaker. It looks like AMD are like winning, and then Intel suddenly go vunk. Mr. Bretson, have a good night. Okay, we have a problem. The game has advanced it so that I can't see a thing. And it's also turned off my torch. Oh my god. I think this is the phone, I'm not sure. Oh my god, there's the kitchen. Whew. Yeah, I love the way the game saves and like turns this off, which I deliberately left on. Just utter scumbag. Look how bad the lighting is. Look. It's just nothing. Like no ambient light coming off this torch. Nothing. Okay. Bed's here somewhere. Okay, amazingly, we woke up with hardly any thirst and stuff. We'll take it. That's spinning around quite quickly, you know, considering the only thing that's on is the fridge. And I actually object to paying for the fridge, it doesn't do anything. Monsieur Fluffy Pants. Oh, yeah. Thank you for 300 bits, Monsieur Fluffy. Right. Adjust the valves with a screwdriver. Can also be done while the car is running. Oh, I need to remember how to adjust the valves. It's that one. Tuning your valve train. I've not been out looking for parts yet, Luke. Oh, let me go and quickly see if Uncle's back. It's a nice day. There's a good chance he'll be there. It's a cloudless day. Just look where that positive thinking got me, eh? Thanks, Uncle. Scumbag. I don't know when Uncle's gonna spawn. Remove the rocket covers, access the blah blah blah. With the engine running and warmed up. The valves are too tight, they won't make a ticking noise. So we're basically better doing this when the engine's running, apparently. Because there's no, like, preset. I can't just scroll it back and then go forward, like, 20 steps or something. Hang on, scroll values from top, from bottom. So there are 20 possible steps on the valve. What do we need to adjust this? Screwdriver.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Should be a new valve, cover, steering wheel, wheels, and gear knob around the map. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. We need to get a car first. Muffins, thank you for gifting a sub to Train Simfen. Welcome back, Train Simfen. You've got Muffins to thank for that. Mr. Henk, thank you for 20. Fask, welcome back. Right, where's the actual...
Welcome back, Nutter.
Wait, why doesn't that work? Why are these not adjustable?
Welcome to the Nut House.
I can literally see the adjustment point though. Muffins has gifted a sub to B Bowen 87. Welcome to the Nut House, B Bowen. First sub ever. You need to focus here, you've lost out. Dude, I can't even turn like one of the valve adjustments. Oh, hang on. It doesn't highlight green, it just turns. Hang on, if I scroll all the way down. Scroll down for higher values. Wait, is there no end to this scrolling? What are we doing? We're just in the valve timing distance. All right, so I guess the way to do this is to just... Wait, why doesn't... All right, let's start by working out.
To the Nut House.
Muffins, gifting subs like a boss here. Gifting sub to Hello Mankvert. Thank you, Muffins. So hang on, if you go from that position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a complete turn is 28 clicks. And according to this, there are only 20 possible values. So if I just scroll down 20, that means I'm at the bottom of the table. If I scroll up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I scroll up 9, it should be in the middle. Which would look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then it would look like that. So all I've got to do is make one full turn. You make like one full turn on this thing and then scroll it back. So get it to like there and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should do it. I mean, it'll certainly give us a fairly consistent starting point. We can always tune it from that. Well, that's what I thought, Whiteland, but looking at the table...
Welcome to the Nut House.
See, in theory, it should be one more. It should be 10 like that. In theory. Who knows? Greep Cringe, welcome to the Net House, sir. Thank you very much for subbing, Greep. Welcome. If you've just joined the Nut House, don't forget we've got a convoy. Applications are still open. Exclamation mark convoy, because the convoy is in 2 weeks' time, I think. Applications close next week. Yeah, Timmy boy, you need to make sure you get the final sign-up bit done. Always read the message. Well, probably in real life you do, Trucker, but I don't think you're doing this. I want to meet that guy with a chainsaw one day. I want to meet him with my sledgehammer and see who wins. Right. 7 mil. Yeah, maybe that's the uncle out with a chainsaw. You might be right. Alright, where's our brand new oil filter? The oil filter's like the newest thing on the engine. Okay, that is pretty much engine complete. So we're going to go park that out of the way for a while. Because now we've got to work on the chassis. Hey. It does sound like Uncle. Right. Now, do we think that we can do the old tractor hoisting trick? Let's see how well this works. Wait, what now? Wait, I can hear a wasp. I'm sure I just heard a wasp. Can you hear that? That didn't sound like a mosquito. I wish you could actually, like, tilt the fork as well. Because we don't actually know how long that's going to stay like that. I could very easily slide. Hover car. I think it's stable enough. Right. Now then, let's grab this.
Vietää jäynää muille elimille. Hetkellä menevän putviainen kaverinaan.
Ukojen sieppaamaksi. Tai nähnyt ukoissa pelottavia unia. Olipa kokemuksesi millainen tahansa.
Apparently I'm German today, and I'm saying ist, not is. Ist that tractor called Kermit? You don't like the green.
245 283 tai lähettämällä yhteistietosi meille postitse osoitteeseen Alivieskan ufokontaktit ry toimistankoja 4 92500 Alivieskan.
Alivieskan Vapaamuuroden salainen vuosikokous ensi sunnuntaina.
Can I grab 10?
Muun muassa uusien jäsenten initiaatioriittejä ja kultaisia suikkelenpuristuksia. Ensi sunnuntaina tutussa paikassa. Älä kerro kenellekään.
Jyynikö päätä ja vaivaako armoton kaikkonen? Ei hätää. Juokaasu Ojutkangas on avannut uuden klinikan Ouluun. Enää ei tarvitse matkustaa Helsinkiin asti, vaan apu löytyy Oulun upo-uudesta klinikasta, jossa ammattitaitoinen henkilökuntamme hoitavat suuremmatkin katsot alta aikayksikön. Tule Ojutkankaan klinikalle Ouluun. Iloinen mieli ilokaasulla. Ojutkangas.
Which is the steering rack? That's the steering column, which we're going to need in a minute. The engine makes more power if you paint it pink. It's true. Right, seriously, where's the steering rack?
Alivieskan ufokontaktihenkilöiden yhteistyöryhmä on perustanut viimein yhdistyksen. Oletko tullut ufojen sieppaamaksi? Tai nähnyt ufoista pelottavia unia? Olipa kokemuksesi millainen tahansa, voit Alivieskan
Welcome back,
kautta jakaa
Nutter.
kokemuksia kaltaisesi kanssa. Ota yhteyttä meihin soittamalla numeroon
Let's go and have a bite to eat and a drink. Aviation Geeky, welcome back, sir.
tai lähettämällä yhteystietosi meille postitse osoitteeseen alivieskan
Sausage and water. But I have many phone calls, actually. Boy, let's be careful.
Alivieskan ufokontaktihenkilöiden yhteistyöryhmä on perustanut viimein yhdistyksen. Oletko tullut ufojen sieppaamaksi? Tai nähnyt ufoista pelottavia unia? Olipa kokemuksesi millainen tahansa, voit Alivieskan ufokontaktit ryn
Uh-oh.
kokemuksia kaltaisesi kanssa. Ota yhteyttä meihin soittamalla numeroon 2
Uh-oh. Can we push it back?
2 3 tai lähettämällä yhteystietosi meille postiin osoitteeseen Alivieskan ufokontaktit ry
Hing!
92500 Alivieskan.
This is not exactly what I had planned. Oh god, that has dented the... Look what it's done! My summer physics! Look at the state of that! It's just completely mashed the roof of the car. Oh my god! I don't think the door's gonna fit. Oh, that's insane. It makes no sense. It'll buff out, yeah. No problem. Right, where are the bolts for this thing, I wonder? Steering column done.
Alivieskan ufokontaktihenkilöiden yhteistyöryhmä on perustanut viimein yhdistyksen. Oletko tullut ufojen sieppaamaksi? Tai nähnyt ufoista pelottavia unia? Olipa kokemuksesi millainen tahansa, voit Alivieskan ufokontaktit ryn kautta jakaa kokemuksia kaltaisesi kanssa. Ota yhteyttä meihin soittamalla numeroon 245 283 tai lähettämällä yhteystietosi meille postitse osoitteeseen Alivieskan ufokontaktit ry 94 92500 Alivieskan.
Oh my god, game. Thank you.
Säätöjä vaivaako armoton hankkunen? Ei hätää. Juokaasu ohjuskangas on avannut uuden klinikan Ouluun.
Okay.
Enää ei tarvitse matkustaa Helsinkiin.
Not yet.
Voin apuloida
Maybe say like 6:30.
taitoinen henkilökuntamme hoitavat
Yeah.
suuremmatkin katsokset alta aikayksikön. Tule Ohjuskankaan klinikalle Ouluun.
Presley just using the boogaloo. Aviation Geeky, thank you for gifting a sub to Engel Tinker. Welcome back, Engel Tinker. Thank you, Geeky. It's very kind. What do you want now? We've done the wishbones. Steer rods, disc brake. Is it better to go and get some of the upgraded gear now before we build too much, or we don't have any vehicle to go around in, do we? Yeah, some devs are coming out with another type of game like this, but you build a boat. Yeah, it's probably like some playaway thing. And they'll call it My Summer Boat.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Hyllikö päätä ja vaivaako armoton kankkunen? Ei hätää. Ilokaasu Ojut Kangas on avannut uuden klinikan.
Gavin K, thank you for 51.
Tarvitse matkustaa Helsinkiin asti, vaan apu löytyy Oulun.
Thanks for all the years of great content in the community. Thank you for your support, Gavin.
Henkilökuntamme hoitavat suuremmatkin kaksukset alta aikayksikön. Tule Ojutkankaan klinikalle Ouluun. Iloinen mieli Ilokaasulla Ojutkangas.
Yeah, well, you believe it when you see it, Train Invent, you know.
Vaivaako häpytäin? Ei hätää. Osta uutta pubisia häpytäiden puista tärpättiä. Tilaa heti numero 0700 525 625. Pubisi häpytäiden puistaja.
Oh boy, that threw a lot further than I thought.
Alivieskan vapaamuurareiden salainen vuosikokous ensi sunnuntaina. Asialistalla muun muassa uusien jäsenten initiaatioriittejä ja kultaisia suihkeiden puristuksia. Ensi sunnuntaina tutussa paikassa. Älä kerro kenellekään.
Onko kutinaa karvaa? Vaivaako häpytäin? Ei hätää. Osta uutta pubisia häpytäiden puista tärpättiä. Tilaa heti numero
Right, front right.
5625. Pubisi häpytäiden puistaja.
Tätä keikkaa et voi jättää väliin. Tilaa Tuiskulasta 15
Steering rod.
DJ Momo, Captain Jack. Lämmittelijänä Alivieskan oma poika Rausti. Varaa nopeasti
Oh, shaft.
0700 5234 523. Tuiskulasta nähdään.
Tarviiko Sonnisen lykkyä tai lampaasi sörintää? Lomittaja Erkki Örmäs Hokkanen on palveluksessanne 40 vuoden kokemuksella. Tiukat kädet ja raaka työ.
Jail, yeah. I've been to jail in this game. It's like super rubbish.
Ilokaasu Ojutkangas on avannut uuden klinikan Ouluun. Enää ei tarvitse matkustaa Helsinkiin asti, vaan apu löytyy Oulun uudesta klinikasta, jossa
I don't want to build a car, it'll buff out.
suuremmatkin kaksukset alta aika.
Let's see.
Tule Ojutkankaan klinikalle Ouluun. Iloinen mieli Ilokaasulla Ojutkangas.
Alivieskan ufokontaktihenkilöiden yhteistyöryhmä on perustanut viimein yhdistyksen. Oletko tullut ufojen sieppaamaksi? Tai nähnyt ufoista pelottavia unia? Olipa kokemuksesi millainen tahansa, voit Alivieskan ufokontaktit ryn kautta jakaa kokemuksia kaltaisesi kanssa. Ota yhteyttä meihin soittamalla numeroon 2452883 tai lähettämällä yhteystietosi meille postitse osoitteeseen Alivieskan ufokontaktit ry, toimistankuja 4 92500 Alivieska.
Total glow seen a bit. Let's see, we put the steering rod.
Muurareiden salainen vuosikokous ensi sunnuntaina. Asialistalla muun muassa uusien jäsenten initiaatioriittejä ja kultaisia suihkeiden puristuksia. Ensi sunnuntaina tutussa paikassa. Älä kerro kenellekään.
Tarviiko Sonnisen lykkyä tai
Steering rod and the strut's gone on there.
palveluksessanne 40 vuoden kokemuksella. Tiukat kädet ja raaka työ. Erkki Armas vaikeudet lyö.
TV:stä tuttu kauniit ja rohkeat jäätelöt nyt kaupoissa. Makuina suklaamokka ja cheesecake American tyyliin.
Cheesecake.
Fantastisen hyvää. Tästä Ripkekin tykkää.
American cheesecake.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Fask, thank you for 4 months. One careful owner from you. Pretty much. I've been careful. That's the 10. Should be some 9s down there somewhere.
Lomittaja Erkki Armas Hokkanen on palveluksessanne 40 vuoden kokemuksella. Tiukat kädet ja raaka työ. Erkki Armas vaikeudet lyö.
Alivieskan vapaamuurareiden salainen vuosikokous ensi sunnuntaina. Asialistalla
Change the radio station, yeah. It's just that it had some rubbish on before.
Senhän on laulaneet Alivieskan sotaveteraanit. Oliko jotain sanomista heidän laulusuorituksesta?
Ai jaha, se sotaveteraani. No joo, ei sitten mitään.
Kuka siellä?
How do these work?
Mikäs teitä pelottaa? Niin siis mistä kuulutaan?
Still no one call. I don't think so. We can have a look in a sec. It says half shafts are shared with the gearbox, but it doesn't matter if you tighten them before you install the engine.
Ootko koittanut porista niiden mopokunnille?
I've not seen it go into a tick box at all.
Eihän sitä nyt voi heidänkään olleilu kiertää vapaa-kunnassaan, jos eivät mitään vääryyksiä tee.
Any ideas? It's just not going into a tick box at all. There's a bolt in the centre of the brake disc I had to loosen.
Ei Suomellakin semmoista taida mitenkään sallia.
Okay, it says
Päättäjät voi tuosta noin vaan lakia kumota.
1 times 14 mil bolt shared with the brake disc. So let's try that then. That one. Put the disc on and leave the 13 mil loose. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, that's what it is. It's singing. It's horrendous. Disc brakes 1 times 40 mil shared with the half shaft.
Eiköhän siinä tullut kuitenkin jo kaikki.
What's that?
Otetaanpa se sieltä.
That might as well be Doyle's thing, and I think Doyle can do a better job. Come on, I had it in. There you go. And then the half shaft itself takes 3.9. Oh, we can't really do that yet, can we? I take it we just leave that until we put the gearbox in or something. Oh, it says it doesn't matter if you tighten them anyway before you install the engine. Oh, okay. Half shaft's done, disc brakes are done, steering rods are done, struts are done, steering rod adjustment 14 mil. Okay. This is going to be horrendous. Right. Steering rod adjustment. The adjustment has 120 clicks total travel. Turn both of them all the way to the stop and then bring them back the other way. Exactly 60 clicks. Yay! Oh my god. Is that this one? That's not moving at all. Do we need to use a spanner for this? We're not allowed to use a ratchet.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Donut, thank you for 22 months, sir. Oh my god. That's 1 lot of 10. That's 2 lots of 10. That's 3 lots of 10. Four lots of 10. Five lots of 10. 6 lots of 10. We are turning them all the way to stop. It doesn't matter, Tommy. As long as you go one way 120 times, you just come back 60. It literally doesn't make any difference which way you do it. I'm turning them all the way to stop right now. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11. No, it's not, Tommy. 12. That's 12 lots of 10 gone that way and it's still turning, Tommy. It's not stopped, mate. I can literally see it turning. Look, it's still going. It's still turning. Okay, so we're maxed out, right? So now we've got to come back 60. I need something to hold down that key so it stays zoomed in. Like that. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 40. 50. 60. As if just throwing random numbers is going to actually make any difference, you bunch of trolls.